How's it going, guys? And welcome to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I look at underused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered or should be left in forgotten. Today I will be looking at the Seeryul Killer, a COV fire-locked assault rifle. You can pick this up from Amash in Cursehaven, either by fast traveling to Lantern's Hook if you want the fastest farm, or to Olmsted Square if you want a pretty fast farm and also vending machines nice and close by. So right off the bat, you'll notice that when comparing to things like the no pew pew or the OPQ system or really any meta assault rifle, your damage is a pretty decent bit lower. Plus it comes fire locked. Like this gun doesn't look too great on the surface, and it's definitely no wonder that people don't mention it too much. But when you get to the actual effect of this, it starts to get really good. When you kill an enemy, you'll be able to see that the gun's barrel starts to bleed, and then it kind of starts to glow, and then the whole gun is glowing. So what's happening? Well, each time you kill something with this gun, you gain a stack. These stacks increase your damage, they increase your fire rate, and they reduce the heat shot cost of firing the gun, so you can fire it for even longer. Now, each stack of this increases your damage by 100%. Each stack is doubling your damage, and this stacks up to 3 times. If you have the perfect roll, as I do here, at 19,802, that is almost comparable to a no pew pew. Now, of course, the no pew pew doesn't need to stack, and it's already doing that damage times 3 across 3 projectiles. But this is doing that damage on 1 projectile. Now, this is especially good for Zane and Flak because of playing Dirty and Two Fang. Now, playing Dirty and Two Fang don't affect the no pew pew as well because it already has those multiple projectiles. If you're already firing 3 projectiles, another projectile is not that big of an increase. But if you're only firing 1 projectile that is doing 3 times the damage that it's supposed to, now you're firing 2 projectiles that are doing 3 times the damage that they're supposed to. So with the no pew pew, you get an extra, let's just say 19,000 damage. With the Seeryul Killer, you get an extra 57,000 damage. So you can really start to, as you can see, output a lot of damage when you're mobbing. As long as you keep those stacks up, it's kind of like an anarchy. You stack it up, and then you're good to go. You just keep on going. So if that hasn't made it clear, this is definitely a really good gun. I think this is a very, very undervalued weapon, and is something that can honestly be a pretty just slot in and go item. You do not need super specific anointments with this gun. I just threw it on my Zane the first time I got it, just to try it out. It had such a bad anointment on it, yet it still was able to just shred through mobs of enemies. Now, of course, that being said, because this is an elemental lock gun, I would highly recommend getting some sort of elemental bonus to it. Whether that be like ASE or a UGAD or like whatever element you want on it. I do think that is how you get this thing to really shine, especially when you get a revolter and you're just boosting a lot of different elements. That's when you get this thing at its peak. But I think that about sums up all my thoughts on the COV assault rifle, the Seeryul Killer. I think, while not at the top of the meta, it definitely does deserve a place in our hearts and in our builds. It is a really fun and unique weapon to use. And like I said, it can really just kind of be slotted in. But that about does it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that. And I hope to see you in the next one.